Welcome back to Reflections from the Hermitage. Caught in the embracing gaze of the beloved, I am surprised to find my own woundedness reflected in the suffering of the other. In the bloodied heart of the other suffering, I become blinded, sightless and rudderless, now subsumed into the heart of the other, where there are no longer two hearts, only one heart beating. It is in this beating of two hearts become one that I find the birthing of my soul identity. To deny this identity is to seek annihilation. In this all too fleeting space of time, in this now, I become one with the heart of the cosmos. I am among the trees that embrace the living breath. I gaze into the heavens, and the awe of the ages sings within me. The sunrise and the sunset envelops me in the majestic divine melody. As I bend to sit with the broken-hearted, the bereft and the dying, something new wakens within me. I was called to bring the sacrament to a dying woman, the aged and weathered matriarch of a great clan of children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As her final moments arrived, her face started glowing in radiant light. As this light filled the room, the great gathering of family around her deathbed moved into a sacred, hushed silence. What an awful and wonderful manifestation! This dying woman was already the sacrament I presume to bring to her. That which was within her already echoed the divine, and we all stood together with her in that luminous doorway between the immanent and the transcendent. Yeshua says, if your spiritual guide says to you, "Look, the divine realm is in the sky," well then, the birds will get there ahead of you. If they say, "It is in the sea," then fish will precede you. No, divine reality exists inside and all around you. Only when you have come to know your true self will you be fully known, realizing at last that you are a child of the living one. If, however, you never come to know who you truly are, you are a poverty-stricken being, and it is your true self which lies impoverished. Where is love? Can it be found in the reciting of our creeds? Can it be found somewhere along the way like some treasure that makes the journey worthwhile? Or is love the journey itself? Or is it the dream that makes the journey possible? These thoughts ran through St. Francis' mind one day as he listened to his brother Leo reading to him the letter of St. John the Apostle. God is love, and if you abide in love, you abide in God, and God in you. Yet if you found God, you also found love. But that was only the beginning of the quest. For was Francis ever sure of having found God, or even sure of looking for God in the right places and by the right road? Francis' experience in the cave assured him that Jesus dwelled within him, that God was nowhere further than his own heart. That is where God was. That is where God was, anywhere and everywhere. To find God in the poorer, crumbling houses of Poggio Bostana, to find God in the castle of a count, in the cave on Mount Subasio, as well as in the Eucharist reserved in the tiny chapel of St. Mary of the Angels, Francis suddenly realized that somewhere along the way he had begun finding God everywhere, because God was within him all the time that he brought love with him on the road, and that is why he found love all along the way. It was all so simple when he thought about it now. Love comes to those who have love already. You find what you bring with you in your heart. God has loved us with a gift that is ours before ever we set out to find it. This is our sole identity. This is the experience of our species, now moving into the world after the darkness within the bloodied heart of creation's groaning. Our species renewed once more in our young people, baptized in mystic awakening to experience all that unites us to each other, to other cultures, to other life forms, and to the earth as well as to the cosmos. Thus, they become third partners with the earth and the heavens. As such, they are authorized, have the authority, to speak for and as the whole of creation. This is the awareness that ignites the fire of true prophecy. It is the authority to speak with and in the presence of the author, of Christ Logos, of Christ the prophet. Confirmation confirms the mystic and opens the heart to the fires of the prophets. May the Lord grant you peace.